Hello guys. Well, it's this is an introduction, so I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Wings of Redemption. Well, my screen name is Wings of Redemption on YouTube, and I basically make Call of Duty videos to help people play better and achieve higher kill death. Um, why would you watch me? Basically, I do weapon request and I do strategy request and basically help with rushing tutorials, camping tutorials, how to use weapons, what kind of damage each weapon does, what would suit your gameplay needs. I've always been told that first impressions are the best, so I decided to show off a dual nuke on my first game post on Machinima. Um, as you'll notice, it'll be a little bit campy, but to get 25 kill streak twice in a game, well 24 in my case because I'm using hardline, you pretty much have to camp a little bit. Not all my games will be camping games, but it is what I'm known for, more of a defensive player. I am very capable of rushing, and if you guys would like, I will post rushing videos right along with these. If you like anything you see, you can check me out on YouTube at Wings of Redemption, and be sure to rate and subscribe, as always. The weapon setup I'm using today is the Scar H. The Scar H is basically one of the heavy damage assault rifles. The assault rifles fall into three categories: heavy, which being the Scar H and the AK-47. Medium damage assault rifles being, well, what? Well, actually, the TAR-21 falls into the category of heavy as well. There's heavy and there's light. Lights like the ACR, the M4, and medium would be the F2000. F2000 is in a class of its own, has its own damage chart, its own red dot. Everything's unique about it. They put a lot more detail into the F2000, but it generally is, the gun that requires the most skill out of the assault rifles to use properly. And the FAL is in its own class as well because it is semi-automatic, but it is also considered a medium damage. The Scar generally does not benefit too much from stopping power. I think it's a 2-shot close range, 3-shot long range without stopping power. Whereas with stopping power, it has a little longer range and it's a 3-shot kill. So you really don't benefit too much from using stopping power with the Scar H, but you can, and you can take advantages and use things such as cold-blooded, or in this case hardline, or lightweight. Lightweight works real well with the Scar H because it gives you the extra mobility you need to get away from people spraying you with bullets or shooting you in general. I'll go more on that on one of my rushing videos. You see, if you notice, I'm using the AC-130 instead of the chopper gunner. Main reason is I play ground war mainly, and ground war is a mixture of domination and team deathmatch. And at this point in the game, people run Stinger missiles religiously on ground war. If you notice, my Harriers, neither one of them gets, one of them gets one kill. They both get one kill apiece. One of them gets with airstrike, one gets with the actual turret gun on the plane itself. And this is pretty much universal. The Harrier's not going to last long unless you luck out and roll a team of a bunch of Christmas kids, like I like to call them, because if you notice, there's a lot of easier players lately in the games, but even then you're lucking out. 8 out of 10 times you're going to run into people that basically are going to shoot your stuff out of the air right away. This is where the AC-130 shines. AC-130 isn't my pick for everything. If I'm playing regular team deathmatch or 6-on-6, chopper gunner, or in my case, I prefer Pavlo. Works much better than the AC-130. But ground war, AC-130 all the way, especially if you compare it up with things such as Danger Close Pro, which increases the blast radius of explosives. It really tears up, especially with the 105 on the AC-130. Some other things about me is I also do gun history and lessons, which people on my channel generally like. I'll try it out on machinima. As you see right there, I get my first nuke. Let's go back to the AC-130 topic real quick. The AC-130 isn't a guaranteed nuke, but it's guaranteed kills. You can get the nuke during the AC-130. I do it all the time when I'm running the AC-130 nuke combo. And it's just not as easy to get it as with the chopper gunner. It's like both cases here, I have to kill a little bit after the initial AC-130 to unlock the nuke, but it's generally only like 3 or 4 kills that you have to get afterwards. And a lot of that comes from like on this map, the plane. A lot of people can hide in the plane. The plane's very good cover for avoiding the AC-130, because the AC-130 is a lot harder to avoid than the chopper gunner in terms of hiding from it because of its big blast radius. The 105 pretty much has the blast radius of a danger close javelin, and it has basically double the danger close javelin's range with danger close pro. So if you can get it inside the window of a building, you're pretty much going to kill everybody in that building. A lot of great places I like to use it in is basically like in Wasteland. Wasteland AC-130 owns because people like to hide in the cave, and there's 4 entrances to the cave, and you're pretty much going to see 2 of them at all times. You get a 105 into the cave, you're going to get a 6-man multi-kill, 7-man multi-kill, and then after that they're going to be spawning out in the open very easily to just destroy them at that point. Another place that AC-130 way outshines the chopper gunner, maps like Skid Row. Skid Row, a lot of people hide in the B flag, and you pretty much can put the 105 and the 40mm into windows and door cracks, and it'll kill everybody on B flag very easily. I actually don't know what to talk about. This is one of my first machinima videos. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, more so, I'm usually more loose when I'm doing this, and I'm speaking in more of a Bonics tone, but I'm actually trying to be proper here. Best way to play Terminal. As you can see here, the best way to play this map is to hold A and C, and if all possible, don't take B. Leave them B to give the game some length. Because if you take all 3 flags, their spawn changes randomly like it was team deathmatch. Generally, if you take all 3 flags on this, they're going to spawn right behind where I'm standing right now, which is about next to the golf cart in case the video is outsynced, which near the metal detectors. Their whole team will spawn there if you take all the flags, and they'll trickle out and get A and C. But if you leave them B, they're going to spawn behind the plane, and they're going to spawn in front of the glass windows. As you can see, as you'll notice on my AC-130, I'll keep looking there toward them. See, I got there. I see they're spawning over there near the glass window. Hit them. I think their spawn changes here in a minute toward behind the plane. I have a miss right there. The way I like to use the AC-130, since we're still on the topic of it, is I'll shoot the 105, shoot the 40mm. If somebody's standing still, or there's a big cluster or group still, I'll take the 25mm Gatling guns and basically spray at an angle left or right real fast, like kind of whipping it around on the screen. Basically, 1 bullet from the 25mm on the AC-130 will kill. And at that point, well, it was just killing one thing. The game's winding down here. I push it real closely. If you can see, it's like 183 here. I was actually starting to panic, and but I noticed they're taking C here in a minute. Actually, I wanted them to take C. That's why I'm not moving. I wanted them to take C so they'd have 2 flags out and slow the countdown. And generally, I planned on them to come right around this corner. I know people are gonna castrate for camping here. But if you're on the verge of 2 nukes, you'd camp a little bit harder too. Because especially on this map, there's a game people like to play called edging. Well, I try to stay away from the edging game if all possible. What edging is you see the corners on C and A people like to slowly walk around them and try to shoot people as they see them. And it doesn't work real well, especially when you're building streaks. But I get my second nuke right there. I call it in, and I continually call in the other nuke. It says tactical nuke already inbound. And all in all, I don't think anybody else has ever done the dual tactical nuke. It isn't that hard to do. But give me suggestions what you'd like to see as my next video. It's your boy Wings of Redemption signing out.